does not a governor have the right to suspend a CCW license issued by a state agency, just like they can suspend any other license?
No, well, before, I don't know if it would be up to a governor. California definitely gave sheriffs and police departments the authority to rescind them, before Bruin. But now under Bruin, these are a constitutional right. You have a right to carry, and that means a right to a carry permit. So the only way they can rescind them is legal, constitutionally anyways. I'm sure other states will try various things, but constitutionally, the only way to rescind it is to show that you are no longer qualified to have that. And the only way they'd show that is if you've committed some crime, demonstrated massive irresponsibility, something like that. They can't just rescind it because they don't like you when we're talking about a constitutional right. But again, this is something I'm sure a lot of states will test. So there probably will have to be cases where they do something arbitrary, and then somebody will sue, and we'll see what the courts say.
Right. I mean, post Bruin, it's hard to understand how they could require licensing to exercise an enumerated constitutional right.
So I agree with you on that. Unfortunately, the Supreme Court in Bruin blessed carry permits. They said in a footnote, nothing here casts doubt on the 30-something, I think 40-something states that have permits on a shall issue basis that just require that the applicant meet objective standards. But they did say, but by the way, if a place is charging too much or it's taking too long, then that might still be a constitutional claim. So, and we have both those issues in California, by the way. We have a city charging over $1,000 for a permit. We have LA Sheriff's Department, which is taking 13, 14 months to issue them. But anyway, permits are here to stay for now because the Supreme Court, even though there's no real history and tradition of them, did say their decision doesn't cast doubt on CCW permit issuance on a shall issue basis.
And of course, another issue here in New Mexico is the public health order suspended not just concealed carry, but also open carry.
Right.
So you're effectively eliminating the right completely. It's not like they left an option. And this happened in California. I remember now reading some Ninth Circuit cases where there was one where the court decided, no, it's okay if you refuse to give people concealed carry permits because they can always open carry. And then there was another decision saying, no, it's okay if you take away open carry because people can get concealed carry permits. And the net effect is you got neither. The resident of California got neither.
And that actually might be changing because we had a case the other day called Baird v. Bonta, not one of ours in this case, but in that case, somebody challenged just the open carry restriction, and the lower court didn't even do the likelihood of success on the merits analysis and just said, well, this is against the public interest, so I'm going to deny it. And the Ninth Circuit panel said, no, go back and do this under Bruin, determine if the open carry complies with our history and tradition, yada, yada, yada. So we'll see what the district court does now. Hopefully that'll change. Hopefully we will have open carry legalized in California, but I imagine the courts will say, well, now that you can get a CCW permit, there isn't necessarily a right to open carry, even though that's kind of ridiculous under the history, but I'm just predicting here.
And of course, in the suspending of a license thing, you have to keep in mind that the typical license, like a license to drive, is not an enumerated constitutional right. So it's